Alright, what is going on everyone? GZTV back with another video, and we are here. The NBA regular season, which just wrapped up. It is April 13th, and I'm going to be talking about three of the last three games that I want to talk about for the regular season, as well as previewing the two play-in games that happen on Tuesday, not taking place tomorrow, which... yeah, Euphoria, that video should be coming out tomorrow in place of not having NBA. So I should definitely be able to get that out to you guys. But we have three games. I'm going to talk about my Celtics, even though they didn't have any of their starters. I think the Warriors had a good game. I can't remember who all it was. I think it might have been Timberwolves. Yeah, Timberwolves, Pelicans, and then, yeah, Warriors had another good game against the Clippers. But let's get into my Celtics. Shit, it's not even open. Celtics versus Magic. By the way, I did watch the Season 3 premiere for Euphoria. I'm actually going to record that video not too long from now. So, Celtics reserves to beat Orlando by 5. This sends Magic into a play-in game against the Sixers. I'm going to be honest, I would have much rather the Raptors been in the play-in than the Magic. I don't really want to play the Magic first round, but whatever. Obviously, Baylor Scheierman having one of his best games of his career, especially from a scoring standpoint. Luka Garza, unbelievable three-point shooter for this team. Key shot with 31.6 seconds left. Crazy. Magic go into a road play-in tournament game, which is crazy. But shout out to Doris Burke and Mark Jones. I'm not really sure what the deal is with Doris Burke. Maybe she's leaving ESPN or something, but there you go. Luka Garza, big-time three. It'd be nice to see that in the playoffs as well. You know, he hit threes left and right. Obviously, Jalen Suggs is a tough player to go against. But we're going into the playoffs, and we're looking like one of the best teams in the East. I mean... all of a sudden, there's a competition between the Celtics and the Pistons now for who the best team is there. And, yeah, I'm not going to give... Jeez, who are these fine-ass women? Sorry. That's probably kind of fucked up, right? Nah, they're fine. Keep showing me that ad. But I won't do my playoff prediction until the play-in games are over, kind of like what I did to March Madness. I want to see who's actually in the playoffs, not like who has to play in. I think that's kind of dumb. It actually pisses me off that people do that in March Madness. Like, just wait till the first four games are over. A lot of basketball on tonight. Honestly, not much of it I need to talk about, though. Baylor fucking Scheierman. I dropped an Anchorman video today. I feel like kind of a chud this evening. Like, I didn't do jack shit, but I'm gonna get on my high horse and make sure this Euphoria video's out tomorrow, because Tuesday I'm gonna spend most of the night watching the play-in tournament games and then cover them later that evening. Anchorman 2 will be up next after Euphoria. I'll watch the sequel. Go ahead, do that. We're going to continue on our comedy films. I think here in a couple of weeks, though, Marty Supreme is supposed to come out to HBO Max. So I do want to go ahead and check that out so we can kind of finalize some of our stuff from 2025. Make sure I get caught up. There's already a lot of really good movies coming out this year. Project Hail Mary is definitely one I'm probably going to check out early next year, because I'm not really a big fan of going to the theaters. I know there's people that are, but there you go. 23 for Paolo Banchero through the loss. 23, 10, 11. He had a triple-double. I'm not going to lie, though. He wasn't very efficient offensively, and he did turn the ball over a lot, so that does suck. 20 points for Franz Wagner, although he wasn't very efficient either. This was just kind of a bad game efficiency-wise for the Magic. You obviously get 23 points for Jalen Suggs, who I don't love him as an interior scorer, but he hit a lot of threes this game. He grabbed a lot of boards. He's very much a hustling guard on this team. 13 points off the bench for Anthony Black. Kind of struggled from three-point range, but he's a very good interior guy. I will say Wendell Carter kind of played like shit. I think he's a really good traditional big man in terms of his rebounding ability, in terms of his at-the-rim defense. It's kind of crazy I took a day off from watching the games and like discussing them. It seems like it's been so long, but his offense was very piss poor this game, and he got a lot of minutes. And like, you have Anthony Black, who I talked about. You have Javon Carter, who's a quality offensive guy. You have Goga Batadze, who can rebound just as good and is much more efficient. You have Tristan Da Silva, who can damn near rebound just as good and is at least a better interior scorer. And these guys are getting no minutes. I don't really understand the rotation there. You obviously look at the Celtics, who get it fucking done. Shout out to our reserves. This is kind of just an attest to how great this team can be going into the playoffs. 27 and 12 for Luka Garza while shooting 50% from three. 27 points for Ron Harper Jr., who shot 50%, and he was busting his ass all over the floor, grabbing rebounds, playing really good on-ball defense. 30 points for Baylor Shireman, and he did everything. Rebounding, passing, playing very good on-ball defense. I love what this team showed this game. 13 points as well for John Tunji, who I do believe the Celtics just signed recently off the bench. So a great look there. We're going to move on. Obviously, kind of a close affair for the Timberwolves. Most of the seeding didn't matter. It was all kind of predetermined, but the Timberwolves end a phenomenal season. Timberwolves welcome back Kevin Garnett, which is really cool. They beat the Pelicans in regular season finale. The playoffs await, man. The Minnesota Timberwolves rested almost all the regulars for the playoffs, of course. The franchise icon KG was there. Shout out to him. You know, he kind of pulled up. They gave him a standing ovation. He was really hyped to see Anthony Edwards. Joan Behringer played unbelievable defense. Obviously, Julian Phillips can be somewhat of a lob threat. Enrique Freeman, Jesus Christ. There's going to be a lot of nobodies we're going to talk about here, but hoops are hoops. I mean, they're on. I mean, I don't really care how low quality some of these players are. I mean, they're close games. We're going to discuss them around here. Again, I cannot wait for the playing games. I think the playing games are going to be very good this year. I will have to pick a winner, though. I can't say, it's going to be a good game. All the playing games are good. All of these teams are kind of similar caliber, similar spots in their season. I've been playing 2K as well. I've been grinding 2K, bro. It's been a lot of fun, actually. I got Jalen Johnson. He's a beast. Dante. Oh, okay. Is that John Behringer? I feel like I remember him in college. Look at KG. Is that his daughter? I wasn't going to say something crazy, I promise. I just didn't know. Yeah, Joan Behringer, I think that's number 19. Ooh. Terrence Shannon's been putting on a show. I think he's going to start really, really developing into a phenomenal NBA player. Like, I'm not even joking. I know he just turned the ball over there, so that was kind of unfortunate timing. But, like, watch out for Terrence Shannon. He has been playing really good ball lately. Oh, my God. This guy is unbelievable. What the fuck? Yo, come on. This guy is a freak of nature. Oh my God. He was all over the floor tonight, blocking all these shots. Ugh, that's clean, dude. That's a hell of a rejection. Hey, didn't Jeremiah Fears have like a 40-point game the other night? That's kind of crazy. Look at the Timberwolves go heading into the playoffs all fine and dandy. It's great. It's great. Is that KG's wife? I'm not very familiar personally with KG, like in terms of his family life, but I don't really care. Anyways, Pelicans lose this game 30-22. God damn, Derek Queen. I obviously don't love him as an interior guy, but he can stretch the floor as well. 50% three-point shooting. We're not going to gloss over a 30-22 game from a rookie. That is insane. 21 points for Micah Peavy while shooting 50%. 13 points for Jordan Hawkins. Not very efficient offense, but he grabs all the boards. 36-10 for Jeremiah Fears. Crazy stat lines here. He's not very efficient on the offensive end, but that's why he opens up the floor. He passes the ball around, and he is an unbelievable defender. He plays defense on all three levels, man. We're talking about a guy that's athletic enough to protect the rim, lengthy enough to get in passing lanes, rip you with his quick hands. He's great. 16 points for Trey Alexander. Shout out to the Creighton alum off the bench. He's a very good two-way player for this team. Not the greatest three-point shooter, but, he's very good on the interior. I will say Josh Adoro, hell of a rebounder. I do think they need to give him the ball more. And I mean, Trey Alexander got more minutes. Hey, Hunter Dickinson got to play in a fucking NBA game. Isn't that great? And I mean, if you're not going to give Josh Adoro the ball, at least give Hunter Dickinson more minutes here in a game like this, to end your season. I think that's amazing. Wow, Hunter Dickinson actually got to play NBA minutes. That is amazing. Shout out to Hunter. He's only 25 still. Like, for playing college as long as he did, he's still very young. Obviously, you look at the Timberwolves. Shout out to Joe Ingles, man. 15-10, 60-50 splits. The vet still got it. Really good rebounding. 24-12. Joan Behringer was great this game. 75% shooting, and not only that, Look at his fucking rim protection. Look at his fucking athleticism on this. Like, this is phenomenal stuff. He can block anybody on the floor, strip you on the way up. He's such a hustler, man. He's all over the place. 26 points for Terrence Shannon Jr. Rebounding, passing, like I said, he could become a problem for sure. 13 points for Enrique Freeman off the bench, shot 50%. All over the goddamn floor. I mean, he's rebounding the ball. He's an unbelievable defender, too. They got some really good young defenders on this Timberwolves team. Like, man, he's doing good. He's getting the passing lanes. He's doing it all. 16 for Julian Phillips. He shot 50%. I'm sure he likes not being on the Bulls. 19 points for Zion Pullen, who used to play for Florida. I want to say he came from Florida. Yeah, I remember Zion Pullen. He's a rookie. 67% shooting, solid three-point shooter, moving the rock around. You love to see it. Moving on, Warriors take another tough L. But, I mean, I think the Clippers needed this more than them. Clippers beat the Warriors by 5. They do clinch the number 9 seed and play-in tournament rematch. They're going to play each other again. I'm not going to lie. I think I have the Clippers winning that game. Benedict Mathurin did a little bit of everything. I mean, obviously he's scoring, he's rebounding, he's passing at a high level. But, yeah, I do think the Clippers are going to come back and beat the Warriors again. I'll have more on that later, though. Fun rematch coming up. Jordan Miller hitting tough shots. Bogdan Bogdanovic. People always want to fucking forget about him, but he is amazing. Three-point threat. I mean, time and time again, obviously Steph Curry's a three-point threat as well and much more of a caliber. But, man, another tough loss. It would be cool to see the Warriors maybe creep out of the play-in. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Clippers have what it takes to win this next play-in game. Possibly play for a playoff spot. So, Detroit Only was at Coachella. Coachella was kind of cool this weekend. Young Thug was there. Pusha T was there. You see Drake's seats at the arena were like iced out. He's not dropping the fucking album, guys. He's been teasing it since like last summer, right? Dropped a couple episodes, previewed some pretty good tracks, like, and he just didn't drop it. Oh my god, Pat Spencer? Ooh. Don't play with that man. The rugby guy. Or no, lacrosse, right? Didn't he play lacrosse at... Where did he go to school? I can't remember where Pat Spencer played. Hey, look at Mathurin. Matherin's a hooper, man. Like, he's just a good old hooper. Steve Kerr and Ty Lue, fun matchup. They're going to see each other again, you know. I think Wednesday is when they play. That should be interesting. Let's look at it. Warriors lose this game. You obviously get a 12-point performance for KP. Not the most efficient offensive player in the world, but I love him from a rebounding standpoint. 24 points for Steph. Steph played pretty good. He shot 50%. He was grinding the glass. You get a 10-point game for Brandon Pajemski. He kind of struggled inside, but he shot 40% from three. You get a 16-point game for Charles Bassey, where he only missed one shot. D'Anthony Melton, dude. I love him as a defender. I think he's very athletic and he's a very good veteran and knows how to play the defense. But his offense, we're going to need some work on that in the playoffs. They have so many options on this bench, too. I mean, we already talked about Charles Bassey, but, like, Malevi Lians is a much more efficient player. Gui Santos also adds the rebounding factor. I mean, I guess, like, Pat Spencer got plenty of minutes, but we're talking about, like, Nate Williams, who's a better three-point shooter at times. Seth Curry can shoot the three ball. Like, all these guys could get some more minutes over D'Anthony Melton, but I don't know. Malevi Lians is a cool story coming out of Bradley, but whatever, man. You look at the Clippers, 18-point performance for John Collins, 67% shooting, a lot of rebounds. I don't know if Kawhi is going to be playing in the playoffs, but There you go, 15 out of Darius Garland. He really just passes the ball. He's one of the best passers in the NBA. 17 for Bogdan off the bench, 67% shooting. He's a hell of a two-way player for this team. Tough Euro guy, you gotta love it. 14 points for Jordan Miller, 67-50 splits. He opens up the offense with his facilitating. 20 points for Benedict Mathurin. He's rebounding. He's passing at a high level. 11 points for Kobe Sanders, who shot 50%. So they got a pretty good squad off the bench. But enough of that. We have a doubleheader on Prime Video this coming Tuesday for the play-in. And again, Miami, Charlotte, Portland, Phoenix, these are two really good games. These are two really good games to tune into. I do think Phoenix should be able to take down Portland, but the less obvious ones out east, Charlotte, Miami, I think I will take Charlotte. I do think Charlotte is pretty hot right now, and they're looking to continue that and make their way into the playoffs. I do think this is the 6 and 7 seeds of each side, or 7 and 8 seeds of each side, and then they're doing like the bottom ones on Wednesday or something. But there you go. And then I think the last 2 games will be on Friday to determine the 8 seed. I don't really have much to say, though. I guess you couldn't really see it, but yeah, Charlotte's playing Miami, Portland's playing Phoenix. I do think Phoenix should somewhat easily be able to take down Portland. I know Portland's decent. That's still going to be a good game. I still think we have a set of 2 really good games coming up on Prime Video for that play-in tournament, but I'm not sure what the playoff schedule is looking like. I don't know if next weekend, like maybe Sunday, they're starting the games. That would be awesome. I'll probably be watching some NBA basketball all day. But playoffs are rolling around. Celtics fan here, going to try to ride it out as a fan. I think we can at least make the conference championship. I think we can at least make the Eastern Conference Finals. We'll make a predictions video. We'll go in depth. We'll kind of look over each team and see what the fuck is happening in a separate video. Do not worry. That'll be out for you guys. But I'm out, guys. I'm going to take a little